Let's get to work. Wann spielt Fnatic wieder? Nächstes Wochenende. Ich schaue sogar nach für dich. Wann? Nächste Woche Sonntag gegen G-Tube. Ach so. Nee, geil. Nee, geil. Super. Super. Geil.
Pretty disappointing after we've been hyping up the top laner so much.
Ja, super.
With the Orianna and the Ryze taken out, looks like they're just gonna go for the Azir. So high DPS mid for Human.
Wow, Azir first pick. Okay.
We'll see if Saren has a spicy pick up towards him.
Also kommende Woche, also kommenden Sonntag. Kommenden Sonntag.
Yeah, it feels like the Azir should be in a decent spot. We've kind of seen some people going back towards like the Silas is not like an answer for it. Ari can kind of be there. But Saren looked very good in the Akali the other day. So I do like the priority here from Vitality.
Yep.
The Ashe
Seraphine.
Are we doing the? You want to do the yay or nay again?
No,
you like the Ashe?
Yay, because I just saw Yoppa going absolutely
True, actually,
insane
I'm actually
and to set up
usually
plays.
a bit of an Ashe hater. I feel like it doesn't do much. But after seeing Yoppa, he was doing so much damage. Usually when Ashe is picked, she doesn't really provide that raw
but
DPS
it's just
that
so
you're looking for.
circumstantial, right? I think they can pick all kinds of things to make our life hell.
Yeah, I think Ashe here, and then maybe even going for the Seraphine, or just going Ashe and then jungle and then Seraphine on 3. It's gonna be the Jarvan, even though you see a
Außerdem hat Cerise gestern eine neue Review für die Schedule geschickt.
like the Corki or the Ezreal, or they're just like Jarvan's
Wartet.
Yeah, I thought they'd actually just go for something like the Vi. Like, I think you can do that instead.
And Sao would make more sense.
The only other thing is, like, maybe they're trying to go for an immobile mid here for Saren on 3. And they're just like, okay, we need to get rid of this Jarvan, so then it's...
Das neueste Update für die Schedule. So in etwa wird sie aussehen.
Awkward to be playing Jarvan now into the Ezreal
Especially
and
the
the
Ezreal.
Azir.
Yeah.
At least you have the Nami that you can always look to collapse on. And I think with that Nami...
Ist Fnatic besser als Genji, wenn sie gegen G2 gewinnen? Bestimmt, ja.
It's kind of a crazy enchanter
Bestimmt.
we've
It
ended up in.
is. Do you like it?
Mixed bag for me. I like the variety. I think you kind of get bored of seeing engaged supports every game, but I think after if it's a full season of this, people will get really bored.
I'm just banning Karma every game.
The thing is, it's like you just have so little agency. I think Seraphine a little bit more because you have the big ulti and you can make a huge impact, but Nami is like, unless you're Busio, the bubbles are kind of whatever, so you're just healing people and buffing them up that way. But it seems like we're might be getting a more spicy top lane matchup as we head into second phase here, and both teams can start to look to target that top lane role.
If I'm Vitality, I feel like I just target mid though. Like, I already have the Azir, just get rid of...
Ja, der Jarvan pick is obviously useless.
True.
Right, so far.
To really be a carry, and Humanoid has looked good on the Azir in the past, but I also think when a Humanoid has been set up for success in mid, like through draft, like we think of picks like the Zoe and that, he's been fantastic. And as you can see,
can't set him up for success. Nako's on your team.
Why not both? Maybe.
Maybe.
True. Have the ultimate 1-3-1
Yeah,
with both soul
wow.
laners. G2 2019.
Music to my ears.
The Naknoid.
What? Alrighty.
And Aurora being taken out here. So you're right, Doug, that they are looking to target mid. We'll see if they ban one more out. And actually 2 jungle bans from Team Heretic. So they're trying to target Linces. It's gonna be the Gnar ban. Probably either a Renekton, Cassandra, or Sion blind pick is the most likely here. But knowing Naknako, I think he's more likely to maybe go for that Renekton pick. Although I do think Vitality really wants some sort of front line, so maybe he's then gonna decide to go for the Cassandra instead. But doesn't really, he's not a Sion guy, Naknako. It's very interesting. We looked at both Kana and Naknako, and
ich finde Saren ziemlich schlecht.
Naknako just placed the Cassandra instead, but actually LeBlanc for Saren. Tough champ to execute, I must say.
Yeah, it's not one that I expected with the Ashe Seraphine as well, because I traditionally think of like consistent DPS, because your whole goal is kind of to win out on those longer engagements.
Yeah.
But LeBlanc just wants to blow someone up, and she's not exactly going to have a lot of help to do so. So I'm curious exactly what they want to try to again, like we're going to talk about, a lot of mobility on Vitality.
Yeah, I think the nice thing about LeBlanc here is that there's not a lot of lockdown. The only thing you're really worried about is that Pantheon W, but it's quite short range. So LeBlanc can kind of transition into playing like this poking champion later on. And there's that Renekton. Naknako's had such great games on it. I think one of the few people that can really justify pulling it out because he's actually able to win lane and then leverage that into being useful later on in the game. We'll see what Linces has into it. No, not Linces, Tracyn rather. He could pick something a little bit more spicy, but it could also just be a tank, because Seraphine really wants some tanky boys in front of her that she can buff and shield up. So Yeah, it looks like it's
Yeah,
just gonna be the
I mean,
Cassandra.
Wen findest du gut außer Wunder, Lieder und Mickey?
When we get like the last pick,
Ah.
then it's for Necht and Cassandra.
Freund,
Yeah, it's
ich
not
bin ja nicht so biased.
I do feel
Ich finde dich toll, Tim.
Okay, whose comp do you prefer, Dagda?
Tim, ich finde dich toll.
I think I prefer what Vitality have. I think they've got like good ways
Ja, der Jarvan-Pick hier ist
through their top side.
ziemlich Cap-IMO.
In the early stages, I think the only threat
Solid Draft, sehr solid Draft.
heavily through that bottom side with the Ash Seraphine. Maybe look for some invades and try and make the Pantheon's life miserable early.
Pretty hard to play for Ash, no?
Yeah, I prefer Vitality as well. I do think if Team Heretics can get the ball rolling, that they have a lot of engage, right, with the Jarvan ulti, with the Ashe ult, and then follow up with the Seraphine ult as well. But I prefer Vitality. They have more range, easier execution, and as long as Nako's winning lane, I mean, we've seen it before.
It's also just if you fall behind it, you just don't have any damage with this Ash Seraphine LeBlanc. Like, you kind of need to be ahead at all points.
Let's see if they are ahead and they stay ahead, or if it's going to be the Nako show once again. Take it away, casters.
Thank you very much, Desk. They seem to be
Didum,
favored
didum,
by
didum.
this composition. Vedius, what are your thoughts on who walked away from pick and ban with the lead?
Well, I'm a contrarian.
Oh,
see.
I have
And,
learned that about you. Yeah.
The word that Jack used that I think I agree with the most is easier to play.
Okay.
And I think Vitality's comp is easier to play. Sure.
Ja,
But I find that in a meta where mages kind of run the rift, I
Abwart.
think LeBlanc offers way more kill threat than people give credit for. But I think you have to be really good at LeBlanc.
Ja, der Vitality Draft
Turn
gefällt mir
the
so viel.
nameplates off. If we just turn the nameplates off.
Wieder das Trikot ist wieder Waschtag. Yes, sir.
Okay. The old bait and switch there. What if we turn the nameplates back on?
Yeah,
do
we turn
you,
the nameplates back
do you
on.
believe in Saren's
really
perform-
favor Vitality's composition.
Oh no. Hey, Saren had a good series just recently, and I actually want to start off by talking about that because I think that, like, outside of lane, this was where a lot of it came online. In terms of at least like damage per minute, I was very impressed. CS per minute, he was playing a lot of melee champions, so that's not going to be as high up there. He was getting kind of bullied in lane, but he was racking up kills, KP, and also I think once he got out of that laning phase, got much more comfortable. Can he do that with LeBlanc? Do you think that this champion will allow him to do that into the Azir?
Alle wie viele Jahre wächst du? Ja, wenn's hard part kommt halt, ne?
But
I
I've,
like it.
like after our first series today, execution has just kind of been a raising question in my mind. You know,
Yeah.
your ability to pilot the champion
Ja, Toplane winning.
is pretty.
Midlane natürlich winning für LeBlanc.
Things work out. So that's what I'm going to be tracking, keeping my eyes.
Und
on.
Botlane sollte er auf jeden Fall
I
sein.
think the Heretics basically won 3-0 yesterday is kind of my take. Like they had such a good lead that they ended up throwing away.
Alles, was umsonst reinkommt, wird getragen beim Sport. Es stimmt ja auch einfach.
Really did feel like
Es stimmt ja for real.
super well. And
Ich brauche Sachen, die umsonst, also ich brauche umsonst Sachen zugeschickt, die ich dann tragen kann zum Sport. Es ist so. Oder auch im
I
Stream.
will say that Tracer now going up against
Ist so.
Naruto, like,
Ich nehme Geschenke an.
had similar experiences in North America. Like you've probably had it recently with like Thanatos, where it feels like Thanatos is just so much better than every other top laner.
In lane, yes.
Yeah, exactly. And so Nako, the
Danach
conversation
Kartonweise bekommen, ich kotze.
split was very much
balanced.
about him versus Kana, who is better. And then we got to see them play. And I'm telling you, bro, it was close. Bro, like they
Wie
were
viel Kilogramm Hip Thrust machst du? Wie viel wiegt deine Mutter?
like the game, I don't
Entschuldigung.
think will be determined by top.
Entschuldigung, ich konnte nicht anders. Es tut mir leid, ich mache keine Hip Thrust. Es tut mir leid, ich konnte aber nicht anders.
Just
Es tut mir leid.
world by storm in a
Es,
sense. People are so captivated.
es tut mir leid, Impi. Entschuldigung.
It's been so
Es tut mir leid.
outside of Kana. I mean, because he's
Es tut mir
really talented.
leid.
You haven't had to import a talent.
Es tut mir leid.
So he's a really exciting player that so many people are excited for.
Nako has been performing incredibly.
Du hast, es war zu, Entschuldigung, du hast ihn mir wirklich zu gut vorgelegt. Es tut mir leid.
That's the series that they've played so far this split. And I think it goes to your point that they basically 3-0'd. They did throw one of the games, but like Trayson was a big part of.
Du bist krank, ich bin nicht krank.
Able to get those leads.
Der war vorbereitet.
That they lost, so
Ja, ich weiß, okay.
top side that
Nur Liebe.
going into the split, I think everybody would have said, "Oh yeah, Nako takes this easy." But now Trayson put like a little asterisk on it. Like maybe he's got what it takes to actually step up. He is getting shoved into the top lane. It is Cassante versus Renekton, so probably not going to be that much excitement happening in the 1v1 right now.
Irgendwie danke für die Giften. Ja, sehr gut. Ja, auch noch, ja, perfekt. Auch noch ein Giften, sehr gut.
Top lane matchups where again, like not to glaze Knuckle even more, but just the way that he lanes is actually worth watching. Like because normally domestically in EU we pick Cassante because it's like kind of safe into Renekton and you go even. Knuckle is one of the few Renekton players that really makes you realize why this is Renekton favorite. And look at what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's standing on the melee minions because he knows how short
Es kam gewonnen, ja.
is. And so he is perma
2-1 win.
to make sure that Trayson is punished for every single CN. And like, look at his positioning again there, standing on top of that melee minion, and the wave is coming towards it. I mean, like, it's a bit of an awkward spot for him. He's going to push this wave underneath the tower now. The TP is available for Trayson, so he can just come back into lane. But like, that's now a full wave advantage that he has over, and he's utilizing the minions to make sure that they still die. So like, there's nothing that Trayson's inherently doing wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, like this is not a flame to Trayson anyway. He's doing his absolute best in this situation. The fact that he's only a wave down is pretty good, but it's a great demonstration of how oppressive Nak already is during the laning phase.
Also goated observers for showing us that, so we can actually break it down. As Sheo's looking for an invade here on the Raptors. This will just walk away, actually.
He just kind of got away with that. I mean,
yeah.
That's a good use of your mid-prior right there. LeBlanc, it does have the advantage against Azir early on. Humanoid's forced to go back to base, and so Sheo recognizing that, hey...
Ja, was hat er gesagt zu Voltimade und auf?
LeBlanc has more HP, your Azir...
Boah, mit der Confidence bei Voltimade, ne? Ja, ja.
And Steren's also placed the mid-wave in a really nice spot. It's going to slow push back towards him, so he's pretty happy about that. And ultimately, the bot side of the Rift going very favorably for Heretics here in the early game.
Yeah, I mean, he's at least able to get back to his own side as well and keep farming up, but he's just kind of walked up with the
Vitality.
Saren, and now Saren's back to wave.
So,
Er hat halt über das Rollenthema gesprochen.
You might think, why?
Na dann.
Crab is spawning in, well, what?
Ich hasse ihn.
Less
30
than,
seconds,
well, it's
yeah.
less than that, I think. So what his plan is, take the Grom, potentially, or just go straight to the thing. So the pings are coming down. It looks like his plan might be just to go straight towards it, or he's just letting his team know that the jungler is likely there as the bot lane looks for a bit of a fight. But that bot side Crab, very important. So he wanted to go back to base, spend the gold before contesting the Crab. Lintus doing the exact same thing. The only difference in their build is a Ruby Crystal versus a Longsword.
Und ich für Saren, weil ich nicht finde, dass er gut ist.
Fantastic.
Und ich ihm nicht jeden Monat Geld überwiesen habe, so wie die anderen Ende nur Jungs.
He might have spelled his doom. But yeah, because of this push on the bot side, yeah, Linus just completely leaves away that Scuttle. Shea will pick it up, hits level 6.
I love this. Yeah, so this is great.
Ja, aber schau mal, was Sheo macht, ist gut.
Specifically because Linus is saying, I don't know if our bot lane can contest, so I'm just going to clear my jungle, go back to base, spend the gold, threaten the counter invade. But he's realizing, oh, hang on a second, I think I'm too slow. I think I'm too late to the play.
Yeah, the red buff wasn't spawned yet.
Yeah, and so they do get a bit of information.
Ja, Prime hat er gut gespielt.
But he can't actually steal anything away.
Dann letztes Jahr bei Gallions nicht so.
Kino has a half a level lead. He stole away Lintus's Raptors earlier as well, which is just add insult to injury. And Heretics, I mean, off to a good start here in the early game.
Yeah, it's about the lane prio to allow their jungler to step up.
Anti-Clutch, yep.
And Sheo, and let's see what he can do with that lead at this point, because he hits at level 6 first. Pantheon level 6 is a little funkier, because J4, it's pretty straightforward. You go for the engage. If you find somebody, you can lock him down. Ooh, Sarah missing the chains right there. Humanoid walking away from them. But then the Pantheon ultimate, it can either be used anytime you see the J4 go in, or you can use it to just get around the map to places that you're not expected.
Für ein Counter-Gank da, ist gut.
Instead, just kind of walk up directly here as Saren bounces back. Takes the mimic.
Für ein Counter-Gank da sein, sehr gut.
I think Linus was just covering in case Sheo did look for a play. The ward was placed down. Even though he didn't get that invade off, he at least knew that Sheo was on the top half of the map.
Absolutely.
And he's going to get the Raptors this time.
This time around, he's going to grab him. Still a level, well, half a level behind Sheo as he continues to clear through his camps. It looks like we're in for a slower early game. Chains do connect this time.
Ooh. Good trade there. Humanoid actually gets some damage back and gets the LeBlanc clone out.
But you'll see the level difference now makes Humanoid really uncomfortable. Having that extra bit of HP, and this all comes back from the...
Ja, TP kommt ab. Ist okay. Also Lane ist ungeil, aber ist okay.
Ulti top.
Nocto getting some big damage onto Trayson, but Trayson just pathmakers to safety and gets out of there.
But the goal from that Nako is to just try and keep this top lane as well, I guess oppressed is kind of the word that I was thinking of, where he just wants to deny him as much farm as possible. Now the threat of a dive is real, something that Tracer
Auf keinen Fall wird er gedived. Ich weiß nicht, woher die Idee kommt. Im Leben kann der Renekton hier nicht diven, by the way.
The wave behind the turret. Trayson will
So, im Leben kann der nicht diven.
under the turret as Linsis and Sheo will see each other on the bottom side of the rift. And just wave as they actually Sheo is walking up. Nope, never mind. Yep, they just wave, walk away. Linsis completes the back and will pick up the tunneler. So a little more in the inventory right now as Sheo will actually look at the dragon.
Yeah, I don't think that Vitality can afford to contest this. Their comp is a little bit more scaling with both Ezreal and Azir. Azir's early spike is also delayed by the fact that he went early non-magic mantle to buy a little bit more magic resistance as a response to the LeBlanc. And so Heretics taking advantage of the early prior that they have in bot, in mids. Very nice stuff from them.
And now it's going to be a trade of objectives. Dragon secured, and the grubs started off by Linsis. Saren takes a chunk of damage from Humanoid as the Enchanted Crystal Arrow coming from downtown, and it lands
Beautiful.
onto Humanoid. Saren doesn't have
Beautiful.
He's got the backup of Sheo. First blood into the Cataclysm.
Okay, so a bit of inspiration from G2 there.
Beautiful.
Flashbacks to when Caps calls to the arrow mid, and in exactly the same place from Ice as well. Ice throws it down from that tier 3 tower, connects onto Humanoid. He doesn't flash respond in time, meaning that they end up securing first blood. Well played there by Heretics.
Yeah, and it's more gold onto the J4, who is already ahead of Linsis in the jungle clear. Karzi jumping onto Ice. The tidal wave's coming out. Ice is able to sidestep it into the True Shot Barrage, but saves Flash, saves Cleanse, and gets out of there.
Okay, but the wave's in a good spot for Karzi now, slow pushing towards them. Even though there is damage done to these minions, I think it should still go the way of Karzi. So this amount of farm is going to be denied away from Ice. He's going to help close that gold gap just a little bit.
Saren looking for more chunk onto Humanoid.
Funktioniert es auch vor allem die Reaktion, also die Reaktionszeit muss eigentlich da sein, right? Also auch wenn nicht, auch wenn du es nicht kommen siehst.
LeBlanc, you kind of play as a poke champion, but Zira is able to answer it back in quick bursts. Kind of playing around your electrocute cooldowns, so they're not able to find as many of
Doch, auf 2 ist das Game trotzdem relativ schwierig.
as the Grand Starfall available. He's
Für Heretics.
wards in his jungle.
Mal sehen.
Probably not exactly where he is.
Kann ehrlich gesagt nicht so wirklich einschätzen gegen die Comp hier.
Absolutely.
Ich stelle mir ein Ezreal mit zweitem und einem Nami nicht sehr angenehm vor.
11 minutes. We've had one kill, Kangas.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those ones.
Yeah.
Usually
Just
with
cast-
J4 Pantheon, I expect.
Yeah,
more,
you do, but this is like the pros and cons of Europe. It's sometimes it do be like this, my friend. Sometimes
Gibt eine Menge Cons in
You know
Europe,
what? Sometimes
tatsächlich.
a nice tranquil game of League of Legends is what we need after that
there's
last
no
series.
way you're still this positive.
'Cause I
need
was
to instill some like
a
pessimism
little-
in you.
Yeah?
I feel like you need to learn the British way of sarcasm and
Nah, man,
negativity.
you ain't getting this cowboy down. I just love League of Legends.
It's one of the things, every time I go to America, your customer service.
Rome ist gut.
As a Brit,
Checken sie oder defenden sie? Oh, weil ja, sie defenden.
Well, does it make you more comfortable to know that there's a dive happening bot side right now? Flash on the arrow from Flash. He throws up the tidal wave onto Saren, but he's still rooted up by the chain.
Karzi, du bist ein...
Sheo with another
Das sieht, finde ich auch
survives
komisch.
on the turret.
Oder nicht?
Tanking it up. Karzi's trying to stay alive as Linsis threw his body down with the
So, du wartest nochmal diese 5 Sekunden extra und dann rennst du weg?
Saren
Seriously?
the passive has the mimic up as Humanoid's now coming down. Sheo's trying to get out of there with the encore.
Wow.
Linsis, Karzi takes down
Schöner Fight.
Humanoid with the shovel onto Ice, but he pushes him right into Linsis.
Schöner Fight. Geil von Karzi.
Oh, double kill to Karzi.
Also geiles Cleanup von Karzi.
Saren still trying to get
Oh,
out.
wirklich?
They got the Humanoid instead, though.
Oh, wirklich?
Karzi knocked
Oh,
him
wirklich?
on the wrong side of the cap.
Gehst du rein, du Freak?
Sheo with his
Okay.
third kill, and Team Heretics pull off a
Oh.
crazy dive, but it might not be over. Karzi still.
Oh,
Oh, the Saren, no, he's out.
Anti-Klatsch.
No.
Oh,
Follow-up shutdown. Gold onto the Ezreal.
what is happening?
es ist so low mal wieder, aber es ist geil. Es ist low, aber es ist geil.
Complained that nothing happened.
3-0 Ezreal.
Minutes, and then a
Auf einmal.
lot of stuff happened. You know
That's
what?
what
You're
we
onto
need.
something, Betty.
Okay, Karzi, you're on a ward. Karzi, you're on a ward. Sheo, go base, bro. Just go. Let's call it quits. Everyone needs to go home. So the dive.
So komisch, na, also, die wissen, dass sie kommen, aber dann respektieren sie trotzdem 5 Sekunden nicht.
Separate themselves.
Verstehe ich nicht.
Does the right thing of just turning his
Kapier ich nicht.
away and clearing out the wave as quickly as possible. Now Heretics is divided. It's a 2 on one side and 2 on the other. The bot lane of Heretics can't get involved in this skirmish, so Vitality create a numbers advantage. I like the idea here from Sheo. The coordination is good, but Kazi, great target focus, connects the EQ, connects another Q onto Ice, gets himself a double kill, but now Humanoid's like, uh-oh, I don't know if we have the damage anymore. Sheo gets a heal back, I believe from the Sundered Sky, and then at this point you think, okay, the fight's over, but they interrupt. Seren's back.
Also morgen um 17 Uhr, Big gegen G2 Nord.
Gonna get a big turret. Kazi.
Wichtig, nee, warte, um 20 Uhr.
0-0.
Oder?
Force finished.
Du knackst ab und zu.
Yeah, that's a bit of an accelerated Ezreal right there.
Oh my goodness, that was
Q.
well, that was 2 enhanced Qs.
Nancy Barrage.
Hallo? Wir schauen um 20, also 17 Uhr ist
Is now.
French Flair gegen Gallios. Die spielen aber Best of 5. Wir swappen aber sobald die Big gegen G2 Nord Series losgeht, swappen wir rüber.
It's okay. We'll
No,
try
that's
next
on me.
time.
Season Decider.
I'm learning. I'm
It's
getting
okay.
there.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like Medic probably wouldn't have got it either. If that
Learning
makes you
your
feel any
European
better.
Den ihr gewinnen werdet.
Mysterious and an enigma as Flush.
Oh, tschüss Flashy.
Ultimate. Locked in mechanicals from Saren with the kill credit. Karzi. Arcane shifts over the wall. Tidal Wave was not enough for Fleshy to live.
Oh, Big gegen 1. Lol.
Right at the dragon.
Ich war noch in der Vergangenheit, Entschuldigung.
At which overkill
Moment.
really needs to be used. Like, that would be one of those
Oopsie.
situations. Like Nami is
Big
nothing, you know what
versus
I mean? Like they throw a
G2
lot
Nord.
to kill Flashy. They wanted
Whoopsie.
to get that kill on the board, and they will. I think.
It's like when you go fishing with dynamite. You know?
Danke.
It's like you don't need that much firepower.
Yeah,
brother.
I mean,
Zweiter Drakey.
the dynamite came through his ultimate when he slam dunked it.
Yeah. But it does get them a pick, and it's going to get them a dragon, most likely. Linsis is hovering around,
Looks
but
like it, yeah.
Share Flag and Drags threatens Linsis away, and that is a secured second Drake for Team Heretics.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately it works out for Heretics. They bounce right back, get themselves a kill, get themselves the dragon, looking very comfy. Meanwhile, check in on top lane. That small CS lead has grown to 20. And
Glaubst du, die Nord haben eine realistische Chance? Ja, so eine 30% Chance.
yep, he has single-handedly almost secured that tower.
Wir liefen Scrims die Woche, Joel.
Back in. I mean, this wave isn't going to be enough to secure the tower, that's for sure. But now Nako knows he has a TP advantage, but there's no dragon to play for, so he's unlikely to use it.
Didn't need it. Had it available for the dragon, but now he can probably just use it to come back to lane if he wants to.
No,
Tracing.
they're swapping it up. They're going to send the Azir up top. They want to have the TP advantage for Herald. So he can go to bot, he can catch that wave, he can start chipping away at that tower.
Ja, das heißt, Azir, dieser AP-Ratio-Buff ist totaler Schwachsinn. Ich habe gesehen, dass undocumented irgendwie die...
Chunk onto him.
Irgendwas wurde, die Range von Soldaten, ich weiß nicht, ob die Autotech-Range von Soldaten ist oder was genau wurde, aber dafür so krank viel Compensation AP-Ratio zu geben, ist quatschig. Machen die.
The arrow lands on the Linsis. He cannot follow up, so nobody goes down on either side. Just a exchange of some ultimate cooldowns. As it's the arrow for the tidal wave, essentially. And the Herald's not even been claimed on either side, so
I think
we're just
Vitality
kind of testing
can
each other.
start this one off, though. They now have a ult advantage. Oh, I say that. Fleshy, Ice. Yeah, okay, maybe not as much of an advantage as I thought. Sheo still has his. The fight for the mid-wave continues. And the Renekton's proxy. Yep, of course he is. 1.2k the goal lead now for Nako as he continues to do his thing.
Da haben wir das OP Gold Perspect. Erzähl erstmal, wie eure Scrims liefen diese Woche. Wie schaut's morgen aus, Freund?
Because if the answer is no,
Also mein Jungler ist 2 Level down außerdem.
focus.
He has one target he needs to deal with, and if he's able to get onto them. But right now, the target is a 1v2 as Nako finds himself with both
Okay.
laners. He's in some trouble.
Okay, Nako ist tot.
Under the turret. He's still trying to survive, but cannot. The turret shot will be enough. Vitality will trade their top laner for the Herald.
Yeah, I don't think he's getting out of that one. He doesn't bother wasting his flash. They give the kill over to Tracin. He's going to close that gold gap ever so slightly. The consequence of this is top wave was pushed heavily. The top tower was secured by Vitality. They also got a plate in the top.
Mehr Gold für Azir.
Nice gold.
Wichtig, mehr Gold für Azir.
Pretty happy with that, as you can see.
Ganzer Gold-Lead von Heretics ist quasi auf dem Jarvan und der ist so useless.
Meanwhile, the bot wave is going to be pushed.
Also müsste sein zweites Item fertig haben.
Keeping Humanoid into that matchup. Very likely due to
Nächster Drake wird contested. Definitiv contestbar.
the Humanoid just feels like he's a better matchup into this Cassante.
And Tracin got even more armor. He got a cloth armor on top of what he already had. So he's definitely not indexing towards that matchup. He's going to go for a reset. We saw this happen before where the moment they saw the Azir, they swapped him back bot side, sent Saren top. Seems like they're gonna
7-4. Okay. Siehst du, mit der Information kann ich immer arbeiten.
And
Finde ich gut.
Billabong's heading to the bottom side. Xante's heading to the top side. This time around, though, no neutral objectives for 1:50. That's when the next dragon will come up. So not much to fight over. And the current game state slightly favors Heretics in the gold department, but pretty much all that's just Sheo. It's 2-item J4. He's been the benefactor of a lot of the kills for this team.
2 Tage noch 2 Games gecancelt. Warte. Die Gegner. Hatte Lebensmittelvergiftung. Okay, sehr gut. Solange es dir jetzt wieder gut geht, ist alles richtig. Was war's? Was hast du gegessen? What fucked you up, man?
Leverage Naknako's TP at all. So remember that Trace and TP to top. They had a TP advantage. Naknako was
Probelose.
in part because of his death. I mean, they got the Herald anyway. The game plan was probably we go Herald, you then TP. So I guess you could argue a bit of a mistake there from Naknako to even
Also,
when the game.
okay, sehr gut. Ja, immerhin hatte er sie. Er hat ja in der Vergangenheit geredet. Das ist auch gut. Er hatte Lebensmittelvergiftung. So gut.
But at the end of the day, they get the objective that they wanted. Seren goes for a bit of a trade as that bot tower becomes.
Kein Shadow Flame fertig. Dragon 50 Sekunden.
Yeah, even though Team Heretics have that slight gold lead, it still feels like Vitality are the ones hunting. Despite the fact that Sheo has a gold lead and he is on the J4, I've seen more kind of proactive looks here from
Trill dazu bekommen ist krank.
Naknako. I mean, a lot of that is just
Grubby sind OP und die kriegen Mitte nochmal einen Chunk. Oh mein Gott.
even here, like Karzi's able to push another wave mid.
Oh mein Gott, Heretics.
Dragon's coming up now in 25 seconds.
Fahren nicht lange für den Raid.
Reset from Fleshy. This is the last moment to really
Ist der PC abgeschmiert oder was?
your gold if you have any in your pocket, so Karzi will
Dankeschön.
do the same. Dragon at 15 though, Karzi might
Gewinnt Heretics gerade. Also irgendwie haben die gerade Bot and Schuld verloren und auch Mitte Chunk.
What? Like he's won. Oh, he wants the pickaxe just before the.
Also ist ein bisschen guckt.
Sure. So
Team Heretics Vitality interessiert ihn nicht.
makes sense.
Fair enough.
He's got now.
Ja, 2 Items fertig bei Humanoid.
Is
2,5 bei Karzi. Ich glaube, dass Vitality hier sehr happy mit dem Fight ist. Denn Kollege Seren hat nämlich kein Shadow Flame fertig. Oh, Kollege Linkas hat aber gegrieft.
has the Aegis Assault trying
Kollege Linkas hat komplett gegrieft. Oh mein Gott.
gets the kill and Team Heretic.
Na, schaut DB fair.
Quick work of Linces in the jungle as Naknako has now joined up with the team, but the Dragon's already down. Team Heretics have a 5v4. Naknako is big.
Das ist krank, weil dieser Drake hier ist ziemlich sicher free für Vitality oder zumindest sehr fightbar. Und dann passiert wieder was nicht passieren sollte und auf einmal ist der Drake weg.
the Pantheon did not get to move. The
So cringe.
AC that went on to Linces.
So cringe.
Impossible for him to do much outside of throw off his shield to mitigate some of the damage that was coming through from Heretics. They put themselves on Soul Point and have been driving this game forward pretty much since the very start. There was a bit of a fumble where Karzi got a triple kill, but that really hasn't amounted to much. And Vitality, they're being kited. They're being kited extremely well. Naknako takes a chunk of his HP bar as Seren finds a nice trade. We go back.
Ja, also in meinem Kopf, hier passiert so viel,
Chunk of damage. Chain CC, CC.
was nicht passieren sollte.
Doesn't get to move at all. And with the jungler gone, no threat of a smite, even if Vitality's ready to fight, they just don't have anything. They don't have the resources. And again, we find ourselves in a situation where Ashe, Seraphine, it's annoying.
It's so
Like,
oppressive. I mean, you got the Pantheon shield for like 1.5 seconds, whatever the total channel time of it is, and then he just dies immediately after. The tidal wave will come out here. Team Heretics not quite able to crack that outer turret in the mid lane.
Auf Nami, nein. Auf Nami niemals First Item Michaels gehen.
Deal with the amount of CC
First Item Michaels gleich, du bist reported.
side. They've been playing a very clean game so far, and it's looking better than things were last time around. They ended, lock-in pretty well in terms of, the best of ones.
They made playoffs, which a lot of people didn't expect.
Yeah, but then they did. The big story for this team was that one roster change in the bot lane. Wei coming in for Stend. But then we have this quote from Hidan. We have the roster that we want, both short-term and long-term. And they were talking about the difference of like,
Boah, Hidon kann ja auch nicht leiden.
want to commit to a long
Splitter Analyst.
but when there's clear issues that they're seeing, they need to patch those up. So a lot of people were confused to see a roster change for this team.
I mean, the only roster
Working out.
change as well.
Yeah.
I mean, so far in this game, it's looking promising for sure. Let's see if they can close this one out, though. Often,
Mapstate ist immer noch okay für Vitality hier.
last year, a lot of the conversation
Also wirklich noch okay. Ich finde Asia auf 3 Items ist so
we
strong.
played on BDS, we saw that it was a little bit more of a quiet force, but he was super.
Aber wir werden wahrscheinlich ein sehr frühes J bekommen bei Lunkas, bei Sheo.
He was kind of surrounded by younger players. I mean, the conversation of him even being MVP came up just because of how impactful he was.
Wow.
Stand ist bei Heretics geflogen.
The Magic, the final week of the best of ones, they kind of did the run that Lost Returns needed to do. They just needed to win all of their games to make it to playoffs, and that's exactly what they did. And
4 in a row.
Yeah, credit to them and making those roster change so far.
And Wei has been a great addition. One of the big things that we were talking about was like in laning phase, but I'd say out of laning phase, he's looked fantastic as well. And we even have, I believe that this is the highest first blood participation percentage in the league so far. Now it's only week 1, right? Like they played 1 series, not many games have been played, but still like they wanted to upgrade the firepower of the bot lane for laning phase in particular. And if Wei's also able to kind of synergize with the team when it comes to these dragon setups, you know.
Also wahrscheinlich wird Iceland drittes Item haben. Kasi aber auch. Kasi war schon ewig nicht mehr Base. Und ist ein Power Farm.
Yeah, Team Heretics looking like a solid team right now. They're up
Kein GA bei Sheo ist wichtig für diesen Fight.
As Flashy just gets chunked out. Will survive with his life for now.
Was passiert mit Ice im nächsten Split? Ist noch, glaube ich, noch nicht sicher, ob er den Sommer noch spielt oder nicht. Aber der hat Militärdienst und will noch Zeit mit Familie bringen. Ist das, was gesagt wurde.
You know what I'm really looking forward to should Heretics win this game? You can just say no. You don't have to. That's not a trick question. You can just.
I thought this was another test.
No, it's not a test. I'm just saying.
So, schauen wir mal.
Really excited.
Dragon 45.
No, I don't.
Kasi müsste Ende Sanger fertig haben. Yep, der Ezreal ist sehr gespiked.
How they thought that Vitality had a better call.
Aber auch Ice mit 3 Items. Okay.
No, actually,
Beide Alika ist durchgespiked. Human hat kein drittes. Saren genauso wenig.
Yeah. So I think that really summarized. Yeah. The point that you were
I like to play
make.
both sides, as I would say.
Always come out on top.
One could say that I like to ignite flames to antagonize or rage bait, perhaps.
I think rage bait is the accurate description.
Level 5 Flashy. Flash ist ab.
Without a lot of backup, there's Saren and Shay.
Wow, Nako.
This is hovering. Dominus popped.
Oi, 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 oi.
As he was worried about the
Sehr aggressiv, my brother.
Now for the dragon fight, it hasn't spawned yet. Karzi just does 0 damage to Sheo.
Drake pose wieder deutlich besser. Nako hat noch TP ab. Kann mit dem Schild reinkommen. Cleanse ist gut. TP behind von Saren, ja. Nako.
And remember, Nako, no dominance available. So they're not even halfway off cooldown. So Team Heretics have a big window of strength. Saren jumps so
Nako sehr gut drauf gewesen auf Saren. Sehr geil. Position winning für Vitality. Position sehr winning für Vitality. Jetzt nicht random Sachen passieren. Und es sollte Vitality's Drake sein. Nein, Nako hat keine Ulti noch. Es sind noch 20 Sekunden Zeit. Beide Toplaner out of fight. Lukas geht vor vorn rein, verliert halbe HP. Schaut auf Ice. Ice ist low. Humanoid geht raus. Schön gespielt von Vitality bisher. 4K auf den Drake. Saren geht nach vorne. Saren 1 HP. Flash Engage von Wei. Trifft nichts. Saren 1. Schön gespielter Fight von Vitality. Und Nako gewinnt Moin Moin. Richtig, richtig geil gespielter Fight von Vitality. Wirklich. Sehr, sehr geil gespielte Position von Vitality hier. Wirklich sehr gut.
I think Tracer made a mistake, choosing to isolate Nako and say, let's play the 1v1, because the fight was so long, Nako's ult came back. It came back. So in the isolated 1v1, Nako had the edge. I mean, when you pop that ulti from Trace, and yes, you do more damage, but you reduce those resistance.
Ja, wir erzählen von, ja, ich meine, Missplays natürlich von Heretics auch jetzt mit Sarens HP und so weiter, die weg sind, aber. Also definitiv besser als 4 gegen 4 zu spielen, by the way, für Heretics. Weiß nicht, was Velius da sagt. Also, es ist definitiv besser, dass dieser Renekton nicht in dem Fight ist, by the way, weil sein Ulti kommt jetzt ab.
He thinks he's got the win here. He's buying time, and there's the dominance. Now he knows that he's going to win out. Flashes in, gets the kill. Meanwhile, on the other side of the fight, with him gone, that's the go signal. The poke that's landing from Karzi and Humanoid was enough to get Saren very low. Ice was being chipped apart, but it's fascinating that in this war of like back and
Game ist immer noch nicht 100% gewonnen.
You might be wondering, why doesn't Sheo just commit to the fight?
Game ist immer noch nicht gewonnen.
Who does he commit on to?
Sheo ist jetzt sehr stark.
The jump away from
Aber es ist halt ein Jarvan, der hier nicht unbedingt das beste Game hat.
With the Azir as well. Like, it's not that easy for him to just pick a target and engage, which is why you've been seeing them focus a lot on the Nami, especially.
Yeah, Fleshy has been chunked, but not died in a lot of those attempts, and he still has Flash and Heal available, so he's been playing it pretty well, and the other targets, like you had highlighted, have so much mobility. But to me, it's just still the Knock-Knocko show. It comes down to that so often. He's able to win the one going on the side. Now Team Heretics are going for the big...
Kein Flash auf Seraphine.
Humanoid's on the bottom wave, shoving that in, has a teleport.
Knock-Knock hat kein Flash, hat aber Ulti ab. 7k. Lynkas geht nicht mit der Ulti rein. Hallo? Hallo, guys. Oh, wow. Heretics overcommitted so hard. Heretics overcommitted so hard. Jesus fucking Christ. Und Humanoid macht so viel Damage. 3k. Schaut auf Sheo. Schaut auf Saren. Wird gestunt über die Wand. 1 HP. Schaut auf... Oh mein Gott. Humanoid macht so viel Damage. Oh, die finishen. GG. Vitality ist so viel besser. Also Heretics spielt jetzt echt nicht gut, aber Vitality ist auch so viel besser. GG.
My goodness. It
GG.
feels as though both teams are hitting each other, but Vitality's HP bars are largely staying the same, whereas Heretics just keeps going down. Baron secured for Vitality, and they're looking good. No.
Does this count as a curse?
I don't think it counts as a curse.
Oh, Flash from Ice over Humanoid shuffle.
Holy Humanoid, mein Freund.
True Shot Barrage will land. Oh, Humanoid goes down. Saren had the damage for it. Team Heretics. Smooth moves from Ice right there.
So you may not know this, but Humanoid has a bit of a reputation.
Also das war halt unnötig. Also die spielen so geile, langsame Fights, aber dann auf einmal das.
A bit of an over-ambitious play there. And,
but imagine if it worked.
But imagine. That's what he was thinking. He was just like...
I'm sure he wasn't thinking, oh, he's going to flash this. He was probably thinking, oh, this is going to look...
No, actually, he's typing team, got us flash. Anyway, let's look back at the fight. Knock-Knocko takes a chunk of damage.
Knock-Knocko holt so viel Cooldowns raus.
Resources he can. Nice
Entschuldigung.
Connecting onto Saren.
Schaut wie er für seine Carries quasi Zeit rausholt.
Good chip
Gleich.
initially. Saren's getting outranged by Humanoid, who continues to chip away at their HP bar.
Schau, wie er auf alle draufläuft. Das ist so gut. Auch da an die Wand läuft und so weiter. Richtig nice. Und dann halt super hartes Choken von Heretics.
And these very long fights, they're just going the way of Vitality because their damage is landing.
Yeah, that was ideal positioning for Nazir. He's like, okay, the Cassante and the J4 are not looking at me, and I can just free fire on them. And look at that gold grab.
Wieder eine Skyline.
Control until it wasn't. And Vedius, what was that you were saying about which team composition you favored? Are we not?
As I said, Vitality's calm.
This
is
true.
That's what he said.
I actually think you
yeah.
did say that.
Yeah,
one.
I did say that. So.
Okay.
Yeah,
now
the analysts are going to be really good because the outcome of the game.
Well, has VF Kevin not put about? Yeah, I mean he does like to deal damage, yeah.
Which they haven't done yet.
If I've learned anything about the few LEC games I've casted, it's that I have no idea who's going to win this game.
The game is not over till the Nexus falls, my friend.
Honestly, SK could show up and win this game. Anything could happen.
You're right.
SK würde tatsächlich verlieren, aber ja. SK würde tatsächlich verlieren, aber es ist okay.
Okay, goes out, not gonna land.
Whose fault was that? Was that Fleshy using his ulti a little bit too eagerly? Or was that him paranoid that Kazi's gonna kill himself? Which one was that?
Maybe a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, as Humanoid will jump onto Saren, who TP'd to the top lane. So this was Dragon Soul, but Team Heretics clearly were not confident in their setup because they TP'd Saren up to get a turret instead.
So
Linsis
they can't
will get
approach
a second
their own tower without getting chipped away at. Like the poke of Ezreal plus Azir, I mean, it's so annoying. Linsis, have you just died?
He's got the Aegis Assault. The arrow will not land on the Pantheon. He'll get onto Fleshy instead. So Shale keeps going forward. Saren on a killing spree. Linsis
Was machen wir hier?
is down. Fleshy did survive Flash and heal, but that's a pick for Team Heretics.
Here's what I'll say. Curses aren't real.
No, here's what you'll say. Team Heretics' comp is really...
Nicht nur meine Damage gegen Cassandra und J4, gegen J4 nicht, aber gegen Cassandra ist Azir. Azir macht sehr viel Damage im Late Game jetzt.
Possessing supernatural abilities, that I'm willing to believe.
Oh, okay. You're starting to come around to it. This is your, like, the...
Und er hat LDA gekauft, schlau.
Where you're starting
Schlau
to
Adaptation.
your powers, you're like, wait, what? I can do that?
Yeah. I mean, let's test it.
Did you ever get that $1 million earlier?
No.
Was the briefcase delivered?
Nice try, though.
That's a
Let's...
Sorry, million euros.
There's...
My American brain.
Surely from this position, there's no way Vitality can lose this game. Surely. I mean, let's put it
to do with you,
let's
man.
do
Like,
the test. Like,
yeah.
let's test
Okay,
it.
let's do it.
I don't think Vitality
It is
can lose.
impossible for Vitality to lose this game.
I think so.
Their chances of losing this
lead
game
is too much. There's not enough lockdown on the Azir and the Ezreal. It doesn't matter that Humanoid is 0-3. He has a death cap. Like, it just doesn't... Like, they can't. Heretics can't.
Vitality's chances of losing this game are faker than a politician on the campaign trail. It's impossible.
Sure. That doesn't really mean much here in the Europe.
No,
but
it's not
I get. I am quite familiar with American politics, so I got that one.
A lot of promises made,
Yeah.
not kept. Team Heretics have the wave in the mid lane moving out. And again, Saren is playing a great game here, 3-1-6 on the LeBlanc. He's jumping on the
Jesus fucking Christ.
Hang on.
Oh!
One champ is
Jesus.
supposed to do that to the other champ.
Dann 15 Minuten Banger?
The way that I thought it was going to. Kazi, he hit Saren with a steel chair. That's what he just did.
When a LeBlanc jumps onto an 80 carry, that's bad news for the 80 carry.
Generally, but it turns out that that's not the case when it comes to Kazi. Kazi's the guy that says, who's trapped in here with who? That's it. Okay.
That's why Fleshy throws out the tidal wave so
that's
early.
why,
Because
you're right.
you never know what's going to happen with Kazi.
You're right. You're completely right. Yeah, that's true. But again, so far, things looking good for Vitality. Gold lead isn't monstrous, but we've said this too many times today. It doesn't really matter. You just need to look at the items to be.
Ja, wie schaut's aus? Kein Hut bei Saren noch?
Inventory, because Baron
Nicht viel passiert hier,
a
Freunde.
lot of time here.
Nicht viel passiert hier.
Saren does not have the death cap completed, so it's still working towards that third item. Humanoid went for an earlier death cap. So arguably,
Ash macht keinen Damage. Bin ich mir fast sicher.
Yeah. Oh, so yes. If he is able to finish that, he's well ahead of Humanoid in that department.
But he's quite close to Void Staff. They're probably about the similar sort of gold in terms of completing both those items.
All right, now Team Heretics control the access point to the Baron. Vitality are trying to hit this wave. Ice is answering it in kind.
Bro, Nagnako bought an arm guard.
Schon wieder.
And a Negatron.
Macht er aber sehr regelmäßig, ne?
It does, right? I'm
I
pretty sure
actually
it
am
does.
unsure.
I think it does. I'm pretty sure it scales with AP, and then it's also based off of your max health, I think.
Okay. A lot of champions have really odd AP scaling, just kind of hidden in their kit somewhere. But I think the bigger part is that you're going for the stasis. Nako's got the GA plus the Seeker's Arm Guard. This guy just always entertains with how he plays top lane as Saren gets stunned up here by Linces.
I mean, Saren,
Big chunk.
bless his heart, he is doing what you need to do on LeBlanc, right? Which is you sit in fog, you go
Hat er einen Hut oder nicht?
someone out, dash back. That every time he goes
Hat der einen Hut oder nicht?
he comes back and he has horror stories to tell his team.
Don't go in there.
Nope, kein Hut.
Oh, bro,
It's not safe.
it's not safe at all. The dark is scary and full of terrors.
Yeah. As we're going to see some resets from Team Heretics, but
Ugh.
Vitality are not going to go right for the Baron.
I just had this image of a cartoon in my head of LeBlanc like, I'll go over and check what's
Void Staff fertig bei Humanoid, der ist so OP.
Looks back, bruises all over her face. No, it's bad.
It's like in Star Wars, where it's like Han like charges and then he's just running back. Ah!
Yeah. Right, Dragon, here we go.
Okay.
Heretics. First on the Soul. They do have that one deep ward right back here for a potential TP flank.
And we do have Saren again going in to the dark.
Also kein Protobelt, ja, er mag gewinnen.
He's going to have to reset once again. Has the teleport available to jump back towards the dragon.
Sidestepping every skill shot right now. Can't sidestep that one. Ooh, good damage from Ice.
Yeah, trying to get that poke down. Trying to pepper the front line as much as he can. Teleport in from Saren. Will not have another opportunity to do that as Nagnako pressed
Ugh.
to go 5 feet up.
Ja, aber Telly muss wieder langsam spielen, ne? Kasi machen lassen.
All right, Trayson controlling the banana.
Jesus.
Team Heretics still have access point on the river here. Focus onto the Dragon. True Shot Barrage will only hit onto Trayson as Nagnako jumps onto Saren. That splash onto LeBlanc. The tidal wave will land.
Flasche geht's auf Way.
Gets on the way.
Hat sein Sonjas.
The stasis as Vitality
Seraphine ulti connected. Nagnako ist im GA. Geo flasht raus. Kollapsen auf die Seite von Nagnako. Oh, die müssen sehr langsam spielen. Hoi, 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 hoi.
Get your man out of there. Vitality control the
Vielleicht trotzdem gone.
fight and earn themselves the soul.
Beautiful play by
Soul point
Nagnako.
actually. That's
Yeah.
only their third.
They go 3-3.
Fuck, dieses Game dauert so lange.
A trade of GAs because Sheo does a similar thing on the other side of the fight. He dives in, he commits his GA, he commits the ultimate saying, I know I'm going to die, but I've got to buy space my team. Nako finds a beautiful angle.
Ich frage mich, ob der missklickt hat. Ob er auf Eis draufklicken wollte.
Almost immediately, whereas it feels like Nako is this immovable wall that does so much damage as well. Look, they're all half HP, they know the fight can't continue. And then Linces comes in, providing that shield, helping his top laner get away to safety. But look at the picture-in-picture. You'll see the Heretics making a smart call. They're going to rush towards the Baron, try and take it before Vitality can react.
No all-out for the Cassante, no encore for the Seraphine, but they still have Cataclysm, they still have the Arrow. Vitality are going to have to find a way to get in here. The Arrow goes out, instant cleanse by Karzi, but Sarah jumped on top of him.
What?
The Baron is secured.
Was?
Theo picks that one up for Heretics as Linces jumps onto Trace and Nako. Big chunk, but he's
Wow, schön.
got him.
So insane von ihm gespielt wieder.
Out of there, solo laners down. Heretics get the Baron.
Oh, die von Linkers ist gut.
In comes Linces with the Grand Starfall. Double kill to Nako.
Okay. Irgendwie gewinnen sie, aber Junge, 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 das ist low. 40 Minuten Game für das. War so ein bisschen abzusehen. War so ein bisschen abzusehen, aber ja, die spielen Fight schon sehr gut. Vitality.
The death timers are simply too long in a 40-minute game. Vitality just had to hold the line long enough. They don't need the Baron, they just need the team fight. GG, Vitality take game number 1.
Wow. Nako, he made his impact in the team fights. You could really see what he was able